Hey everybody, it's Ann with Doubting Believer, and I just wanted to share with you that starting this Monday, which is Labor Day, we're going to be doing something a little bit new at Doubting Believer. I've been looking at the scripture passages this fall in the narrative lectionary, and for those of you who are not from a liturgical tradition, the narrative lectionary is a 4-year cycle of scripture readings that preachers, churches can use to go through the Bible in their worship and in their sermons and messaging. And each grouping of scriptures follows a narrative arc. It doesn't necessarily go chronologically through the Bible, but there's a nice storytelling arc if you follow the narrative lectionary, hence the name narrative. And I was looking at the ones for the fall, and there are a lot of stories about God's promises, and particularly God's promises that come through in times that are difficult, in times that seem impossible, in times where people couldn't see a way forward. And I thought, gosh, I could really use those stories right now. And I figure you can too. So starting Monday, I'm launching a new podcast every Monday, Bible Stories for Big Kids. I'll be telling these stories via a podcast. And, you know, they have a lot of Bible storybooks for little kids. I grew up on them. Maybe some of you did too. But we don't have a lot of good retellings to listen to these stories as grown-ups. So I wanted to kind of recapture that Bible storybook feel, but for people who are grown-up, or at least older than 10. So catch those on Mondays. I'm working on getting them out where all podcasts are available. I know right now it is available on Spotify, and I'll let you know as it is available in more places. That launches Monday. And then every Friday, there'll be a video that expands a little more on that Bible story that hits on Mondays on the podcast. So, and then the other things in between that we've been doing at Doubting Believer. You can follow us on Facebook at the Doubting Believer Facebook page. You can follow us on the website, and you can sign up through the website to get the newsletter delivered to your email box so that you don't miss a thing. So that's what's coming up. And if you're a preacher type person who follows the narrative lectionary, as I've been working on what I'm doing for Doubting Believer, I also put together some worship resources for people who are putting together worship services, either in person or online. And if you go to the Doubting Believer website, you click through on the resources tab, you can find out more information about that there. So check that out. And join us on Monday, and keep tuning back in for more info on how we are going to follow the theme of promises kept all throughout the fall and up until Advent. So I hope you'll join us. Thanks.